Hello, beautiful people of the internet. My name is Bree, and welcome back to my channel. If you are new here, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to my channel. In today's video, I am going to be talking about the reason why you are not growing, and let's get into today's video. So what inspired me to do today's video is a podcast that I was listening to on my phone. It was a conversation with several people. And one of the things that one of the people mentioned is that we need to stop watering dead plants, dead things. And in that moment, it was like I had that Oprah Winfrey aha moment. And I was saying to myself, they are exactly right. We need to stop watering dead plants, dead things. I've learned that we can try to rewater the plant, we can try to revive the plant, but once it's dead, and there is nothing we can do about it. The only thing that we can do is make room to plant new seeds to grow a new plant. I know some things in our lives we try to rewater over and over again, whether it's dealing with relationships, our jobs, just things that are going on in our personal lives. Sometimes we do try our best to just work through the problem. We try to go through every scenario to fix the situation. But sometimes, and what I am learning is that sometimes we just have to start over fresh. We have to start over anew. And that's the same thing that goes with a plant. Once it's dead and we tried to revive it, we tried to rewater it, we done tried to do everything that we could possibly do. I just simply had to tell myself that we just simply have to throw away the dead plant. There is nothing we can do about it. The only thing we can do is just plant and cultivate new seeds for a new plant. So like a plant, we have to have soil. The soil is our foundation. The soil is what we have to take care of first. Soil is the first layer for everything. And with the plant, we're going to put the soil in the pot. We want to make sure the soil is nice, rich, and fertile. And just like in our own lives, when we have to start over anew, we want to make sure our soil is good before we can do anything, before we can even actually plant the seed. So once we lay our soil down, we want to keep a check on it, make sure that it's healthy, it's breathing and thriving before we can actually plant our seeds. And once our soil is ready, that is when we can lay our seeds down. But I've learned also, before we lay our seeds down, just in our own lives, for example, we have to make sure we get rid of the bad seeds, get rid of all the bad things that we've just had in our lives and in the past. We don't want to plant bad seeds. Bad seeds can be things that have came up in the past relationships, past jobs. We would not grow, we would not manifest if we keep planting bad seeds. So what we have to do is plant good seeds. Good seeds can be new friendships, new jobs, new venture, whatever it is that you want to do in life and start over anew. And once we plant our seeds, I've learned that nothing happens over life. Like in our life, once we apply for that job or get that new job, yes, sometimes there can be a transformative thing that takes place, but usually it takes time. And like a seed, a seed is not going to sprout into a plant overnight. That just simply can't happen. It takes time for the seed to grow into a sprout and into something bigger. And in life, I've learned through just hard and trying times that nothing isn't going to happen overnight. I know, for example, it was this job that I was on for 3 years. I had been praying and wanting a new job like a year before my 3 years came up at my job. And it was like I kept praying, I kept filling out applications, and it was like I wasn't getting no calls or anything. But I've learned I had to be patient and just wait for my time. And it just seemed like out of nowhere was when I was just getting literally calls back to back on job interviews. And I learned sometimes those come in the most unexpected times. And it just, to me, is a reminder that everything will happen in its time. We just have to be patient, and we just have to stay strong and stay firm in our faith. And just like a plant, it is going to grow, it is going to cultivate if we just nurture it, take care of it, and just do the things we can do to help the plant to keep thriving and to keep growing into something bigger. And just like within our own selves, we simply have to keep going. We can't keep looking back in the past, because the past is the past and we can't go back. The only thing we can do is focus on the present to get to where we want to be, to build a bigger and brighter future that we want to see. We want to set the goals and set the things that we want to achieve in life, and that does take time. I've just had to build myself with affirmations, just self-love, positive affirmations, picking up my Bible, reading my Bible, staying rooted in the word, and just be patient. That is really my main thing. I think a lot of us are very impatient and we want things to happen overnight. And it just doesn't work like that. It works in God's time and in God's timing. And He know when to put those transitional points into our lives, and we just have to simply just, we have to be patient, because He is an on time God. And we learned that I can't question God on why this happened or why isn't it happened to me yet. I just have to simply stand firm in my faith, work hard, and know that He will put me in that position when I am ready. Because a lot of the time, the things that we want to happen, we are simply not ready. Just like a plant, it's not going to grow before it's ready. It's going to grow, it's going to sprout that first bud when it is ready to sprout. And once our plant is sprouted, we definitely want to make sure we keep a watch on the plant, make sure it's not getting too much sunlight or too much water, just enough. And even in our own lives, we have to find that balance, find the things that is going to keep us sane even on the insane moments of our lives. There are things that can pop up inconveniently, and we just have to simply just breathe in and out and know that it's going to be okay, and manage it the best way that we can. That's really the only way we will get to where we want to be. And sometimes there are going to be roadblocks, there are going to be bumps along the way, but that is life. And life is not always going to be peace and smiles and hippie vibes. That's just not life. Sometimes there are going to be days when we feel down, we're feeling disappointed or defeated, but we can't let that be the case. We can't wither ourselves away and be like a dead plant again. We simply want to stand strong, stand firm. We just want to stay firm in faith, keep working hard on the things that we want to do, and just manifest positive vibes, positive affirmations, and we will get to where we want to be. And just know that growth is a continuous cycle. There are going to be times when we feel standing tall and firm, and there's going to be times when we start to feel ourselves withering. And when we get to that point, we simply have to just keep going. And sometimes we all go through that cycle of being dead again. And just like life, we are like a plant. There's always going to be ups and downs. We have to just stand firm. And I think that is really all I have to say in today's video. But before I leave here today, don't forget to be kind to one another. When you think negatively, you can